Hi, I'm Nate Bauer with AM Leonard, and today we're visiting one of our local partners in Groveport, Ohio, Decker's Nursery.
Hey Mike, you've actually got us in one of your greenhouses that you're using Ginegar plastics. What brought you to Ginegar, and did you use anything before that?
And actually, I can't remember the supplier we used before Ginegar. We've used Ginegar now for, I think it's about 4 or 5 years with this product, and it's been really good. I honestly can't remember the name of this product we used before. But the reason we went to Ginegar is we could get the size plastic we want. The problem I was having with my previous supplier was I had to live within, this house is very uniform in structure. At our other facility, we actually have like 3 or 4 different sizes. I need a 24, I need a 28, I need a 42, I need a 50 foot wide. Because we have like a hodgepodge of houses that we've built. And this is a 50 foot wide piece of poly here. So this is pretty standard, but when we were at the other place, everything I was buying had to be within their parameters, and their parameters continually changed. So it made it confusing for the guys when they'd go get the plastic to go fill the houses up, whether we were getting a 42 foot wide or 45 foot wide, or was it a 48 foot wide, and was it this mill, was it that mill, how many did I have to buy for this size to get this millage? It got to be just a hassle. And the reason I ended up going with Ginegar was the price was competitive, and I could get the sizes. I want a 200 foot long by 45 foot wide, that's what I get. If I want a 275 foot long by 45, I get it. If I want a 10 foot wide by 300 foot long, I can get that plastic. And the price is competitive. And if that makes, the price is competitive and I can get what I want, and it makes it streamlined and simple for the guys putting stuff on, that's the reason, that was the major reason why we started with it, and it's held up the last 4 years.
What are some of the different applications that you use?
Well, we use poly in a lot of different areas. I mean, this is a double inflated house here, so this is a 3 mil plastic. We have the roll up sides. Now in the spring, we'll actually start rolling these sides up, and we'll maintain the top plastic on. Now the double layers, so we have a clear on the inside, white on the out. About April 15th, when light actually starts really getting hot, plants start growing, we'll take the outside layer off. So we say a white house, a clear house at that point in time. We'll strap it down, and then we kind of just created a small little greenhouse for ourselves. And then we'll keep this on until May 15th, June 1st. It helps increase the heat, allows the light to come in, and then it also helps us push our plants a little bit. Now, the other thing we use is we use this plastic in a couple of different areas. We have some heated greenhouses where we'll actually we'll create a house inside a house. And this is where like the different size polys always gets confusing, because we have a house like this, and I'll put a sheet of poly on top of the rafters, above the irrigation, but below the actual house structure. And that's like 24 foot wide. And then I'll put a piece of poly over here, and a piece of poly on that side. And it helps us create it's a greenhouse within a greenhouse within a greenhouse. When you're, when you're heating the greenhouse in the middle of the winter, and last winter was a nice mild winter. Hey, no big deal. 2 winters ago, when we're setting record low temperatures, it creates a house within a house. Saves us money.
Customize the temperature you need.
Yeah.
Throughout.
And then what it allows us also to do is we have these other layers inside of layers. It allows us to vent them. And so we have the outside layer, which we never touch, and then we'll start taking off the inside layer. As you come out of winter, we'll put holes in it so it vents. And then, further out of winter you come, you get into early spring, you take that out totally. And so it allows us to take a house and to transform it into a different house throughout different parts of the year, but then change it back to the house the way it was.
Okay. So Ginegar has performed well, and it's the last winter it's pretty mild.
Yep.
But what are some of the most rigorous weather conditions that it's been through?
Well, we've actually had a couple of different instances where we had our actual houses give way before the plastic gave way.
Really?
Yeah. We have a 300 foot long, 45 foot wide piece of poly, and the 2x4 running along the edge. Now these are 2x6s, but at the other 2x4s, and we'd go out and a bad night of 50 mile an hour winds. You'd go out and we'd have this piece of poly just flapping in the breeze, and we always thought we thought first thing the poly gave way, and then you realize the 2x4 is actually attached to the side of the poly. It's the 2x4 that gave way, and the plastic's still sitting there holding on. So, actual wind temperature or wind speeds, I couldn't give that to you, but it was enough breaking.
So you get a little peace of mind there, though, that Poly's probably not going to get there.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, we have had a couple pieces of plastic that did go. You guys stood right behind it and took care of that, and that's more or less, nothing's perfect, back to that. But yeah, for the most part, we've had no problems with it. We get the right millage on a house and having it make sure it stands.
We're really excited about this new product that Ginegar's putting on for Wintering Plus. And we understand that you're going to try some this winter.
Yeah, we actually have one house in our nursery that basically sits all the way on the west, runs north and south. So it's 325 foot long. So basically, it's the brunt of our winter winds. So, and I have it on there, and I'm excited to buy it. It's a weight of a 4 mil poly or a 3 mil poly, but it gets a much stronger usage out of it, which I see has some real great applications for us in some of these larger houses that we do, the 300 foot long, 325 foot long, or a 5 mil poly or a 6 mil poly is what I need to make it through, but it's just so heavy when we go to put it on, as well as the thickness, using polylock and everything like that. So yeah, we haven't had any data yet. We've had it on for about 6-7 weeks now, but I'm excited about the idea of being able to have a lighter mill poly with a stronger mill weight.
Would you recommend Ginegar to other growers?
Yeah. I mean, the people I've talked to, I've passed your guys' name along. I've passed Ginegar along. I've been happy and I've been satisfied with it. You guys, any issues we've had in the past, you guys have taken care of, and so I think that's all we can really ask for.
Well, thanks, Mike, for having us out, showing us around. It's been great. Learned a lot. Appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you guys for coming.
A.M. Leonard, experience with thousands of other horticultural professionals already know. Great tools, great service, great value.